But well, what did we do with that fear? We kept pushing and kept it moving. That's not the one I wanted. The one I wanted was Hebrews 6 and 10. This is Hebrews chapter 6.
Yeah, y'all got the floor.
10.
Just see that fear going, brother.
All right. It says, "For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, in that that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister." So we minister to Yahweh by Shemel Shai and the saints. Because if you think about it, all the prophets were killed. Paul was beheaded. Peter was crucified. You know, like all the atrocities that happened to us for serving the Lord, for glorifying his name, right? Everybody thought that, like, that's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Say that how our end became, but we knew our spirit was being kept by Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, because that wasn't our end. Huh?
Talking about that? Okay. All right, this is Sirach chapter 44, and I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "But these were merciful men whose righteousness have not been forgotten." I'm going to skip down a couple verses to verse 16. It says, "Enoch pleased the Lord and was translated, being an example of repentance to all generations. Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath. He was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came." As the bishop was just speaking on, man, these are four set examples set for us to go by in these days as well, man. All right, as that was us before times too, man. All right, the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets, man. So we did those things back then, and we're damn sure going to do it today, man. All right, why? Because we're going to follow the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, for so whither whether he go, man. Follow his spirit whether it goes, all right? So, hey, looking at the generations of old with the precept that he brought out earlier in Sirach 2 and 10, man. All right, these said examples that were set before us, man, we're going to continue to follow after them, man. All right? So they followed and did the things that were pleasing to the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and what was rewarded, man.
All right, you done with that? Yeah, we got more?
I have another precept. This is First Maccabees chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 51. It says, "Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name." So once again, looking at the generations of old, looking at the acts that our fathers did before times, man, in their time of tribulation, their time of calamity, man. They called upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. All right, that's why it says, look at the generations of old. Did any ever call upon the name of the Lord and was confounded, or was any ever forsaken, man? Ain't no, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua forbid, man. Romans 10 and 13, "For whosoever call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved," man. So by acknowledging our Lord and Savior, that we know where our help come from, man. All right, we can't do it without him, so we acknowledge him, all right?
There you go.
Verse 58, it says, Elijah for being zealous and fervent for the Lord was taken up into heaven, and Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael by believing were saved out of the flame. Daniel for his innocence was delivered from the mouth of lions, and thus consider ye throughout all ages.
Real quick, going into the Azariah, Hananiah, and Mishael, right? It's not even, they were so solid in the Lord, it didn't matter what their end was going to be, right? It's to the point where I'm going to hold on to my dignity. Even if the Lord is not going to save me out of this fiery flame, I'm still not going to lose my integrity and bow down to you. That's what it's really about. That's how the prophets were, because the apostles were, because all of them got killed, right? But they still maintained their integrity all the way to the end. That's what it's really about. That's one thing, like Whitney used to say, you can't take away my dignity. That's what when you take away somebody's dignity, they feel like they have no right to live, or they have no right to have a standard or create boundaries. That's when you're willing to do whatever somebody else tells you out of fear. Well, once you eliminate that fear is taken away, you have nothing but your dignity and your pride left. Not the pride in the sense of being prideful, but pride having a standard that this is the standard that I'm going to walk by, regardless of what the outcome may be.
Gone. Hey, that's why they say if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything, man. So the best thing to stand for is the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. And cause guess what? He's standing for us, man. All right, Sirach 4:28 says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. All right. So when you go into that word strive, fight vigorously. All right. So guess what? You ain't finna sit down and fight. Hey, so guess what? You're gonna stand up for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. It said,
It's like, look, to reiterate on that point, the Bishop was talking about the same way, like every year, I don't know, man, but every year our family members will be like, hey, you know, just come over this Christmas, you know, we not celebrating Christmas, you know, it's just a time for everybody. They do it every year, knowing the type of time you're on, but they do it every year because they want you to falter. And every year you have to put that stake in the ground. You have to draw that line in the sand. Every single year, for the sake of you, just like the Bishop was saying, for the sake of your dignity. Because if you do it one year, they think, oh, he finna do it this year, and they're gonna be at you even more.
Hey, man, listen. They call me. I'm like, y'all sure y'all want me to come over there? Every single time, y'all know what happened. Y'all end up throwing me out the house. We end up arguing and stuff. Y'all sure y'all want me to come? I'll come, but it ain't, you know what I'm saying? We all know how this gonna end. You know?
I'm come to condemn.
Go ahead, brother. You got
It's
it.
the book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Even from the days of your fathers, ye are gone away from my ordinances and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. But ye said, wherein shall we return? And you have the Lord's mouthpiece, all right? All right, on the highways and byways, all right, giving a prophesying, giving a testimony week in and week out, man. And the people, they not piping and dancing to that tune, man, as we piping onto the people. Yeah, you gotta start, when we start singing the Lord's song, you gotta dance to it like King David used to dance and rejoice to the Lord. This is good news that we're giving the people, but it seems because their ignorance and lack of understanding, it feels like bad news. We tell them about the prophecy that America's about to be destroyed. You know, like that's why the scriptures say, trust not in oppression. Because if you trust in your oppression, like you ain't gonna be able to get your mind out of this place. You're gonna look to your oppressor for help.
hey, con.
They don't believe that this kingdom is wicked and sinful. All right, when we say America's going to be destroyed, we're saying this sinful kingdom is going to be destroyed. And they're like, well, America ain't that bad. You know, we get 3 hots in a cot. You know, we got our social media. You know, it's bad, but it ain't that bad. No, it's that bad. It's worse than what these people can even see.
It's called being institutionalized.
Hey, con.
Let's make it Wisdom Solomon 2 and 11. Go ahead, the point, brother.
The bar did.
Go ahead,
This is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. All right, so preaching the gospel of peace is relaying this message, restoring peaceful relations between Israel and the Father. And it says, and bring glad tidings of good things. Those are those prophecies, man. America being destroyed, famine, economic collapse, the dollar collapsing. To us, those are good things, man, because we know that's the will of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, and those things must happen before the Lord frees us from this place. But to 2/3, though, what are meant to be good things is terrible unto them, is fearful unto them, because they do not have that fear of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. They don't have the knowledge and wisdom of these scriptures, man.
Hey, con. That's the journey that we must go through by seeing these prophecies and everything that we got to go through to get to that kingdom, which is the destination, all right? Hey, it's a trip that we got to take, man. It's a race that we're running to get to it, all right? So therefore, by 2/3, why people by not paying attention to it, don't want to take heed to it, it's because they're blinded by the God of this world, man. They want to sit here and be complacent within the place that be complacent within the place that they're at, man. All right, so they don't want to hear about, oh yeah, man, this place ain't gonna be destroyed. You really think that, man? Hey, Psalms 49 and 11, man. Hey, they got the same spirit as Esau, man. They feel like this place is gonna continue forever. All right.
And it says how beautiful are the feet of them that bring glad tidings, that meaning their path.
Con.
Right? What is the scripture that the elder brought out earlier? He that travels gaining much wisdom, man. That path is beautiful. We gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Walking that walk, traveling in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai from destination to destination. We were here from the beginning in Genesis, and our works have followed us all the way till now. And it's been a beautiful path. But if you don't understand Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, You won't foresee it as that. You know, we're walking through the woods, like through the dark path. Everybody wants to walk down the yellow brick road, but the Lord said, no, go that way. But Lord, it's dark. You want the light in that dark path. You know? So that's the beauty behind our feet, meaning our path. And our feet are made sturdy by the rock that we stand on, Yahweh Shai. So we're not going to waver, we're not going to fall. We might stumble a little bit, but guess what? He said that, hey, I shall give you the angels charge of you, so you may not dash your foot against a stone, man. We might slip a little bit, but we're too cool to fall. We're gonna get right back up, you know.
About to say we might even fall, but a wise man falls 7 times.
Right,
And a fool lays in his foolishness. Like.
Right. Now you good. And that dash that foot against the stone, that's a missile. Yep. That means like he's gonna take you up. You're gonna have faith that you're not gonna fall. Meaning like out of the chariots. you're not gonna be dropped and splatter on the damn ground. All right. So let's get that Proverbs 1:7. So we know what stability is. We started off with Isaiah 33:6. All right. It should be the stability of that time and strength of salvation. Huh? No, I mean my bad. John 3:19. That was close, right?
Yeah, that was real close.
You still want that Wisdom of Solomon
3:19.
Yeah, Wisdom Solomon 2. Yep.
Bring it up.
Let's bring that out first, and then that's right behind it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 11.
Yeah.
Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Bring it up. Break it down if you see it.
Go on.
So he said, what? Let's read that again. Because this is what people say in this society. They say that which is feeble is found to be nothing worse. So what do they say? Get rich or die trying. We need money to have more power and respect. You know, we need guns to have power and fear. You see that? So he said that which is feeble is found to be what? Nothing. What?
So like you, I'm gonna start from the top. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice,
Yep.
for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Right. But we're looking for the strength of salvation to be saved. Go ahead, brother.
Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
They like, hey, we're gonna get him this Christmas.
God.
This Halloween come around, he gonna celebrate with us.
For he is clean. Hold on, bro. Say it.
Make sure you cook your favorite dish now. It's something to that.
For he is clean, contrary to our doings.
Yeah, he's separated from us. He think he better than us.
And the thing about it though, the ignorance of some people, they don't understand what they're doing. They think they're doing it out of love. Some people, like, you know, some family members, they really think they're doing it. They really think that you hate them, and they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And really view us staying away or us being a thorn in their side when we do show up to these events, is really out of love, because, you know, we gotta love Yahweh Bashim Yahushua first before we can understand how to love ourselves.
Right, brother. All right, keep going, brother. Cause they think this path is what? Isaiah 5:20. Real quick, we're gonna match with this. Isaiah 5:20, Babakashah. All right. So they think this path is what? Darkness. They're like, yo, he lost his mind now. We gotta help him. Yeah, he crazy.
So what you do on Creep? You just no,
You ain't
chilling.
You ain't celebrating the Lord. Yeah, man. You used to keep this Thanksgiving with us all the time growing up. Now you want to change, right?
You done got in that coat, now you just drowned.
Now you got
it.
They call it a coat.
You don't comb your hair, you don't cut it, you don't do nothing. My bad, I just had to.
They're like, yeah, you need to shave that beard.
This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. It says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil,
There you go, man.
that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
See, they mixed up in their head. They think what we're doing is the darkness, but they're in the darkness. They calling that darkness light, but the Lord said what? How great is that darkness? Yeah, man. That's right.
Matthew 6.
See, we serving the true light. The light that coming from Yahweh, spoken of in the book of John, the word. The light that lighteth every man. Look at that, Joe. That's crazy.
You sit in the same spot.
Nice, man. his
You
name.
want the light entered into the world, or you want?
Either one. You can go both if you want.
All right. This is Matthew 6:22. It says, "The light of the body is the eye. If therefore the eye be single, thy whole body is full of light. But if thine eye be evil, the whole body is full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?"
So that darkness this world is so dark, and that darkness corrupts their mind so much. You won't be able to see it on there, but it's
No, you got it. You got it.
All right, you can bring it back. It's all good. Yeah, that's
Hold it.
cool. Darkness, that darkness corrupts their mind so much they think that's the light. But the Lord said how their light is darkness. But if they have that darkness, how great is that darkness? It's like the wicked wax worse and worse.
Right.
See that? Right?
Because it can only get darker.
That's right.
If they keep that mindset, it can only get darker and darker and darker, like pitch black.
That's right, man. There you go. It's right here. Go ahead. Somebody was reading another precept?
Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, Matthew 13 and 15, and then go back to Wisdom of Solomon. We'll use that. Let's get this real quick. Yeah, let's get this real quick. Matthew 13, 15. Somebody got it? 13, 15?
It's Matthew chapter 13 and verse 15.
Yep.
For this people's heart is waxed gross,
See, it got darker and darker.
and their ears are dull of hearing.
And they tired of hearing the light. They don't want to hear the good music. They don't want to see the light. They think they're in the light. It's darkness. They're comfortable in it, basically. Go ahead.
And their eyes they have closed,
See, they close their eyes. Yep.
lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
See that? So they can't be healed. They're not going to be healed in this go round. They're going to be healed by fire. That fire going to burn them up and heal them, and that damn Christmas tree. They'll catch them in their Halloween costumes. Load all that wax on them. All right. So go ahead, brother. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 12.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 12.
Well,
Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings.
right.
He upbraideth us, he upbraideth us with our offending the law.
Yeah, we telling them like, yo, upbraiding meaning tying them to it, saying, hey, you're offending the Most High's laws, man, eating pork, hollering at another man's wife, all right, worship, following these folly days that they call holidays. Holidays meaning holy. It's very unholy days that they celebrate. And we tell people that. All right, go ahead.
And objective to our infamy, the transgressings of our education.
Yep, go ahead. Yeah. The transgressing means the continual sin and wickedness of their education that they got in this society, from these universities as well.
Doctorates,
Doctorates,
PhDs.
So they're like, who do you think he is? Go ahead.
He professeth to have the knowledge of God,
Yep.
and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Yeah.
He is made to reprove our thoughts.
See that? So why were you made? We were made to reprove their thoughts. The Lord created for the Lord. But not to reprove for ourselves, you're right, but for the Lord. But he said what? We were made to reprove their thoughts. You see that? So we were made for that. What was Jeremiah made for? Jeremiah 1 and 5? All right, you can get it too if you want. Jeremiah 1 and 5. And that's right. He said every stronghold. I think you know that one. Tearing down the stronghold.
Jeremiah.
Is it popular? Yeah. I asked for one earlier too. Please don't lose it. I think it's
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. It says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I adorned thee as a prophet unto the nations."
See that? So what did he say to Jeremiah? That was Jeremiah, right?
No.
He said, before you were born in the womb, before we was even put into the womb, before the spirit was put into that dead body. It's dead when we leave, and it's dead before we get put into it. So the body didn't know anything. It's the spirit that knew everything. Just like today. So the spirit was put into that body, and we were sent here to rebuke and reprove our people. You see that? So so you say what? Go out and reprove, rebuke with all long suffering, and and doctrine. Okay, so that's what we're here to do. But that was made predestined before we was even born. All right, go ahead, brother.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3.
Yep.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
See that? It's our time to fight now. This is the fight we fighting. But you got others out here fighting the gun battles, the Black Panther battles. People fighting in the courts, winning daily battles in the courts, but not winning the war. The law of justice. You know what I mean? But instead, what? We fighting the good fight of faith, which is going to lead to the kingdom, which is going to lead to salvation. All right, go ahead.
It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
Yep.
but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
See that? So they know that we were made to reprove their thoughts. Get away from them. That's what's gonna happen. Once you get into this truth and you start to reprove your surroundings, reprove means to blame. You gotta start keeping the laws first and study yourself first, and then you can reprove others. Get the beam out of our own eye before we can get the mote out of another's, right? Before we can help our brothers. You know what I mean? So, and once we're able to do that, we gain a brother, but you got to trust the process, So go ahead.
This is John, chapter 3, verse 19. And this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light.
See that? They love these holidays. They love the family. Oh, just the family gathering. But they're not gonna celebrate the Passover that's coming up.
Right.
That's a family gathering. That's a solemn assembly.
Right. And that's the confusion. Like what is the Martin Luther King song make you want to holler? This is not living. The constant we live on a rock that supplies everything we need to sustain life, right? But Esau has confused the world to where you have to go through this system in order to live. So putting everybody to sleep, aka dead, killing them. That's what this society does. Kills everything that takes away all of our God. Fear and right to be on this earth is taken away with this system.
Right.
And putting everybody's mind in darkness. So when you're showing people how to live, that's why it said death shall be chosen rather than life.
Right. He said he was made to reprove our thoughts, man. They don't like that.
At all.
So they hate that. What do a roach do to the light when you cut it on? They run. They're gonna run into more darkness.
Going on what you said, whenever you speak to somebody who's in this world and you talk about, we can hunt for our own food, we can make our own apparel, they be like, shit, that's a lot of work. But imagine the 8-hour shift that you do day in and day out for this society. You can do that same for yourself or for your family or for the Lord.
That's right. Read that last verse. All right, brother.
So back at John chapter 3, verse 19, and this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
There you go. So they don't want to come to the light. All right. So what? If the Lord sent you to speak on His behalf, they're gonna hate you because they originally hated that light. See that? So they hate the light and they want to stay away from the light. They say, "Hey, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us," meaning the truth. The truth shall set you free. They don't want to be free. All right. They love this bondage.
He's smooth speaking.
Yeah, they love the smooth speaking and everything. All right, brother.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 10. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable. That's he or she. And their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable.
Right, you don't want to despise nurture. Nurture means what? That process I was talking about, being nurtured up. You know what I mean? And we don't despise that. We appreciate it. We appreciate the process. We appreciate the setup that the Lord has. You know what I mean? And we go through that process, man, and trust that the Lord got a reward at the end of that process. You know what I mean? And but others, they despise what we do here. You know, they hate it. They want this to stop. Why? So they can have fun. But fun, if you look at the root word of fun, is folly. So I've learned to have fun later in the truth. You know, when I can appreciate that fun. When I can laugh with my children.
That's more like you said, indulgent.
Yeah, or laugh with my brothers, but I know they're in the truth now. So I can laugh with you more freely because I know you know, I ain't faking around you. You know, in the world, you like, I just want to tell this person the truth, man. They ain't listening. It's a schism there, you know?
Say, hang around people in the world versus hang around your brothers and those that are in the truth as yourself. You can impart into them, they can impart into you. But those who are not in the truth, they cannot impart into you.
Nope.
You can impart into them, but eventually you'll start to drain yourself.
Yeah.
They'll take it and it won't take root.
Yeah, you pour water in their cup, they pour sand back in yours.
Yeah, so it's like yeah, after so long you have to get out from around.
Yep, they hated Yahushua first. So of course they're gonna hate the ones that he sent. Of course they're gonna hate the beams of light that come from the white light. You know, the original light. They're gonna hate the rays of that light. They're gonna hate the whole light. I don't want none of the sun. They're gonna want the darkness.
No spectrums.
But we know what happens in darkness. Nothing but decay. Everything molds, you know, and dies off. They got put in the sun so it won't mold. Go ahead, brother.
John chapter 15 and verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because you're not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hate you. Remember the word that I said to you, the servant is no greater than the Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also.
There you go. So they're of the elect, the original disciples from the beginning, and they kept the Lord's words back then. We're back on this earth to keep our words, which are the words of Yahushua. If they were against Yahushua back then, they're going to be against us today teaching that same word. See how that works? All right?
Right, because they just want to be asleep. I've always been the one that wake up before everybody, right? And you know how they want you to walk around and tiptoeing and shit. I'm an asshole. I'm stomping that, slamming doors, making all kind of noise. I don't want to be up by myself. I want everybody else to be up with me. What you don't do? I've never been the type to been able to sleep all day. I don't understand how people could do that. That's how we are in the spirit right now. We walking around, but we making a whole bunch of noise. They want us to be quiet. They want us to calm down. Why? So they can sleep. They want to stay asleep. We cutting on the light. They put covers over their eyes. You know what I'm saying? They going like this. When we trying to, you know what I'm saying? That's why death is chosen rather than life. And they choose darkness because their deeds are evil. So they don't want to reprove themselves. We were here to reprove their thoughts. And when we reprove their thoughts, they have to change their whole mindset and their thought process.
The whole lifestyle.
Right. And they're not willing to do it for the Lord, man.
May I add also, when we tell our people about the truth, and we tell it to them so frequently, we say it when we don't say nothing to them, they be expecting it. They really secretly want us to say something.
Come on.
When we don't say nothing, but when we don't say anything, that be the Lord be like, that's it, you done told them, you don't need to say nothing. Just dwell and hang around them like they want, and then they be secretly looking for you to say something. But when you don't say nothing, they be like, well, why you acting funny? I'm not acting funny. Yeah, I'm not acting funny.
Hey, famine of the word, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm finna eat this pork.
I'm like, why you not acting funny? The Lord say shut up, so
Nah. Then they'll start trying to quote scriptures and stuff. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying, the Lord said, you can't call the pot can't call the kettle black.
you know what I'm saying?
What?
They say things to get you to say something, but the Lord, you know what I'm saying, He have you to go through that process to understand when to say something and when not to say something. And when you don't say anything, like the bishop was saying, they try to say things to get you to say something. You be like, yeah, I don't know why they be calling. Yeah, I understand. I agree with you.
Yes.
You know, and they be like, oh,
What scripture that was?
Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
and they be like, oh, and then they walk off.
All right, let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 5. I ain't gonna go through the whole chapter, be out for a while. I'm probably read like 2 chapters.
Oh, you really meant 2nd Ezra chapter 5?
Yeah. We're gonna take it easy, man.
So, verse 1.
Yeah, we're gonna do verse 1, verse 2.
This is
Nope.
shit.
I have to do the
Second
other part at
Ezra,
home.
chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens,
Oh, the tokens. What's the tokens? The tokens are signs, all right? That's what the word token means. It's concerning the tokens. And this was the angel, Uriel, in the Hebrew would be Awar Allah. He was the angel, one of the archangels that was sent to Ezra. And he was telling Ezra concerning the tokens, meaning the signs to look for. Let's get that. Second Ezra chapter 9, Babak Shah. Yep. That's right, man. It's all about the signs. It's all about the tokens right now.
9 and what?
9 and 1. So yeah, 9 and 1.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the times diligently within itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before.
Right, we've seen part of the tokens or the signs past now. The same one that Ezra was being told about, we're seeing it with our eyes. We're seeing it start to pass. Go ahead.
It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's what we're telling everybody. So we know by seeing the signs pass. What's some of the signs? Somebody get that in Matthew? Matthew, earthquakes, uproars of the people. Yep. Diverse places. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yep. Read. All right. So we're seeing part of the tokens pass that Ezra was being informed about. All right. And Second Ezra chapter 5 is basically breaking down Revelation 18. All right. They go hand in hand. It's talking about the third trump.
It says, Second Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when thou shalt be seen earthquakes, and uproars of the people.
See, we're seeing earthquakes all over the world.
one just happened off the coast of Florida.
See, in diverse places, meaning different odd places.
Right, because you never like the main tectonic fault plate is over there on the west coast by California.
Yep.
So you don't hear of earthquakes
On the East
happening
Coast.
over in this area.
Yep. And then what do you say? Uproars of the people.
Yep.
Look, nation rising against nation. Somebody got that? Yeah, real quick. I'm gonna get this real quick. Don't lose your spot. Yep. Go ahead, brother.
In the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 6, and it says, ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
Right, we heard of wars and rumors of wars now. We're hearing about the wars breaking out in the Middle East and Ukraine and rumors of possible wars happening. Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things
Civil
must
war.
come to pass, but the end is not yet.
See, the end is not yet. See, the end, we know the end by the last prophecy, which is them pushing that the MOTB, the digital system. That's one of the last prophecies of the Bible. So we know what time we're in. All right, Revelation 13 and 16. And then also the talks of World War III and missiles. Those are the last prophecies of the Bible before Yahweh shall return. So we're literally at the end, but the end is not yet. All right, so everything is building up. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation,
Nations rising up against nation. Go ahead.
and kingdom against kingdom.
Right, and different countries against countries, like Russia against America.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
So, right, that's the beginning of it, man. What's another word for sorrow? Hell. Hell on earth. Go ahead, brother. Good night.
All right, this is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. Wait. Verse 3, it said, therefore when thou shalt be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that it is the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, so he spoke of it from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning of time, man. So the Lord been speaking about this. All right? And if he spoke about it before, and we're seeing it now, that makes it what? Prophecy. So he prophesied it before, and we're living it out now. All right? So that was that on that. Somebody else was reading something?
Second Ezra.
Yeah.
Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
We're seeing that now. So the land is barren of faith. It's only a small group of, he said what, 2/3? versus the 1/3. That's a smaller group compared to the majority. He said, what's that? 2nd Ezra 8? I think it is. Is that 8? Let's say the earth was many and the sands of the sea. Yeah, no, you're good, bro. Come on. Yeah, you good. Appreciate that, though. I'm sorry, y'all. No. You gotta get out your way, man. You good. All right, go ahead, bro.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many.
See, this world right here is made for many people. It's a wide gate, open, for many people to get destroyed in. Go ahead.
But the world to come for few.
But for few. See that? Only a few gonna be saved. Go ahead.
I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra,
Uh-huh.
as when thou ask the earth,
Yep.
it shall say unto thee that I giveth much more, whereof earthen vessels
Yep.
are made, but little dust that gold cometh of.
Right. So the earth gives off a whole bunch of mold and dust and dirt, but it has a real something called what? Precious metal. And the top precious metal, the rarity, is gold. So that's the same way the elect is in the earth. There's more wicked and there's more heathens and there's more of 2/3 than it is of the righteous. And he's going to restart everything with that. All right? That's why I feel like it's just us. Yeah, that's what the Lord needs. That's all he needs. But with one man, he can repopulate the whole earth. You know what I mean? We got enough women. All right, go ahead.
Even so is the course of the present world.
Right, the course of the present world. That's why I was like, yo, the whole America, everybody in Sodom and Gomorrah now? Like all of y'all, what? Like, yeah, it's gonna be like that at some point. You know what I mean? Because everybody they're gonna, all right, you know, people can do what they want here, man. It's a free world. You can do what you want. That means they're accepting it. You know? Go ahead. If they don't stand up for anything, they fall for everything.
No dignity. They're just letting anything happen.
Right.
There be many created, but few shall be saved.
Many created, but few shall be saved, man. We didn't write that, you know. There's many people created right now. They don't feel like they're created.
I created myself.
But only few gonna be saved. They're like, saved from what? I'm good, man. I got a job. I'm good. I got my car. I'm going home, you know. Go ahead. So he said, I'm already saved and sanctified. That's what they teach in the Christian church. I'm already saved. No, we got to be saved from what's coming. You know, from the judgment. All right. Go ahead, brother. Jump back right back in. Double dutch. All right. So he said, oh, no, look at this real quick. Isaiah 66 and 16. All right. So there's going to come a time, and the angel came down and told him this, that upon the world, there's going to be people that were taken in a great number. You know? And the land was going to be barren of faith, man. Go ahead, brother.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh,
Right.
and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
There you go. So that's that many. All right? There's going to be many people, but most of them going to be slain by the Lord. You know, that's what it's all set up for. So why are they not in the truth? Why don't they have the understanding? Because they set up because the Lord want to judge them. You know? And what's that? Revelations 11. Let's go to Matthew 13 and 13.
It's Matthew chapter 13 and verse 13.
All right, all the way to 16.
Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing, they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes Salakia, they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
See that? So, all right, so he said, what? Well, go ahead, brother.
But blessed are your eyes,
So
for
blessed-
they see,
Blessed are your eyes, for they see.
and your ears, for they hear.
And your ears, for they hear. All right, go ahead.
For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard.
There you go. So they desire to see what we see today, to be here to see the prophecies. Because when Yahushua was on the scene, that's his true name, Yahushua, when he was on the scene talking to the disciples, they were like, this is it, you right here. So the world, this is it, you about to destroy the place, right? He was like, nah, I'm talking about a future rest. You know? So they desired to see the kingdom. They wanted that kingdom right then. So we're here to be able to see the Lord usher in his kingdom. That's the most important thing. You know what I mean? That's something you carry home with you on a daily basis. Now, let's get this real quick. Matthew 7-13. And Revelation 11 and 8. All right, because the land was going to be barren of faith, man. And this land is barren of faith. It's a dry place, but the Lord still sent out a stream of water, you know, from that river to reach different courses. You know what I mean? In a dry place. Would there be water in the desert? Well, we found water. You know? We found the water, man.
Just like Yahushua said to the lady at the well, whoever drinketh of the water at that river, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So taking that water elsewhere around that weary place.
Yep. All right, man. All right, so water in a dry place, man, is able to raise up Israelites. You know, like grass popping up. Somebody told something? Yeah, Matthew 7:13. Nice and strong.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 13.
Right, they said the land was going to be barren of faith and people were going to be taken in great number. See that? All right, go ahead.
Enter ye at the straight gate.
So enter ye in at the straight gate. This is the straight gate. And the word straight means to be afflicted. And this path you're going to get afflicted on. You know, it's usually worse than this, you know. Years ago, when we were teaching different places all over the place, we have a bunch of crowd around us in our face, trying to argue from over here, argue from over here. Different people arguing. You get afflicted. You know what I mean? But now, I don't know why the Lord blessed us like it's calm. You know what I'm saying? And the people could be edified. That was crazy, man. Yeah. That was beautiful, man. All right, there, bro. Nice and strong.
For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Oh, so wide is the gate. Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Like on Mandalorian, he said what? This is the way. You know, this is the way that leadeth to what? Salvation, to life. And the other ways, many ways, it's a wide gate. That's the way that leads to destruction. That's why it said many shall be taken. You know what I mean? And what? Many what? Yeah, don't let me ready.
Many that
When I'm ready, I'll be like this. Wait.
Come on. You said many?
Yep. Verse 1.
Okay. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Yeah, we're in that time now. Revelation 11 and 8.
This is Revelation. This is Revelation 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
See that? Was Yahushua crucified over here? No. The word crucified means to what? The tha. And the tha. Tha means to X out. So they did away with the Lord over here in America. They didn't do that in the Roman Empire. They still had stories about Yahushua going around. Over here in America, they changed the whole story around. And this is where they did away with the truth at. You know what I mean? So what? The land was barren of faith. You see that? And we were what? Spiritually dead. But now, what's that? Keep going. Revelation 11:8. Keep going. But now this has happened. Ezekiel 37.
And they of the people, and kindreds, and tongues of nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies.
That means 350 years. So we were in slavery for more than that, for almost 400 years, not 500 and all that. Not 400 prophecy with Abraham. They lying about that. Because, you know, they say, yeah, according to the prophecy of Abraham, we've been in slavery for 400 years. No, the prophecy with Abraham was 430 years. See that? So we were in slavery almost 500 some years now. You know, whatever within that number, we don't know. But go ahead.
Their dead bodies.
So we were spiritually dead, walking around calling ourselves Latinos, Black, African, Korean. You never know, right? Just don't know nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
To be put in graves, and they that
Right. They didn't suffer us to be put in graves. I mean, they didn't. To study is to find rest. And you know, something that's dead, you put it in the grave so it can be laid to rest. So they didn't allow us to find that rest, all right? To read. It was against the slave master to have us read back then. All right, go ahead. And what does the Revelations 1 and 3 say? Blessed is he that readeth. See, they knew that we would be blessed and favored if we were to read and study. That's where our power is at. Go ahead.
and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them.
Right, they rejoiced that we was in slavery. They were boasting about it. You know, and all the nations was making money off of even Wall Street was built off of that, off of slavery. A lot of these corporations were built. They sent something called gator bait, slave postcards. They even made movies about it. You know, they sandballing, they're joking, painting themselves dark skin and all that. They were proud of it before, but now they got something called wokeism, where they can do away with that history. You know, now everybody care about everybody. We in a time of feelings. Now it's their turn. Now it's like, you know, see that? Look at that.
Bygones be bygones.
They did that to a human being, man. A child on top of that, an innocent little boy that allegedly whistled at a woman. And they still gotta pay for that, man. They gotta pay for all of that. They burned this man alive. Burned him alive, man. And with tar on him. Put oil and tar on him, and then burn it, cut off his feet, and cut off limbs, and then burn him alive. And then put tar on him, and then burn him some more, and then cut off his private part and put it in jars. Him right here. They got a story about it. See him? Look at him. Look at him, man. All right? And they still doing it to this day. There's stories we don't know about. They still got people out in the damn plantations. You see that?
To this day.
There's still people that need to be free. Till this day. Slavery just ended, man. All right, go ahead, brother. Who will read?
And make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
Right, there go your Merry Christmas right there. We used to be the present. There go your slave, Andrew Jackass. Go ahead.
Because these two prophets tormented them that dwell of the earth.
Right,
on the earth.
these are two prophets, not Moses and Elijah, like they teaching these lying behind churches. The two prophets that it's talking about is talking about the northern kingdom, the Latino tribes, and the southern kingdom, from Levi, Benjamin, and Judah. They represent two tribes, or two prophets. You see that? Two witnesses. These two witnesses, these two nations, go ahead.
And after 3 days,
We used to torment the earth with righteousness. People like King David, King Solomon, they hated us. Oh, the Maccabees.
John Hyrcanus.
John Hyrcanus, man, he ain't no joke. He was no joke. Go ahead, brother.
and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them.
So around the time of the civil rights movement, people were going that path during the civil rights. Following after Martin Luther, or later on, you had, I think Lucifer King, he was around before Albert Bivens. All right. So later on, you had Albert Bivens in the 70s. All right. I think he was around the 50s and 60s. Martin. Yeah, the 1960s and all that. But then in the 1970s, you had Albert Bivens. You see that? So the spirit of life entered into us. You see that? They were asleep. They were dead, man. Okay, go ahead. Called Blind Leaders of the Blind. Go ahead, brother.
And great fear fell upon them, which saw them.
So now we're standing upon our feet, a great exceeding army all around the world. And people seeing it, they just walking around and telling, oh man, they go them Israelites again. They go somewhere else. Oh, man, they go them Israelites again. Are y'all the same? Are y'all in the same group? Are y'all like all the same? You know, I keep seeing y'all everywhere. See that? A great, exceeding, mysterious, weird army that just popped up out of nowhere. Who is leading this charge? That's why the scriptures say faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, the evidence that our king is out there, the evidence that our general is out there. And he's a man of war. And this is how he gets his army together first. You see that? So he's getting his army together. spiritual army. Ezekiel 38:7.
Ezekiel 38:7. 38:7.
37. Well, you can start from anywhere, honestly. Yeah, 37.
All right, it says, so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone.
See, bone to his bone. See that? You know, so the bone, there was a shaking, and now the Israelites started waking up. People started joining their own camp. The wicked brothers going to join the wicked camp. The one that's right, they're going to join the right camp. And the other, you know, others GMS and such. All right? So people started gathering where they gathered. Huh? Go ahead, brother.
All right, it says, verse 8, and when I beheld, and lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them about, but there was no breath in them.
See that? So the sinews and the what? I got to stop me right there. My bad. The sinews.
It says, and when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them.
Right? So the sinews and the flesh came upon us, meaning what? You're going to have Israelites calling themselves Israelites. The sinews represent muscles, or the flesh represents a covering. So they out there like, yeah, I'm an Israelite. Yeah, you get them slavery. You know what I'm saying? They got the big giant cuffs on, the all black and the boots. I'm an Israelite. That was, you know. But do they have but they gotta have the breath. You see that? So they out there, they woke up from being spiritually dead. Their army standing up, but they still don't have the breath, meaning the truth, the wisdom. Right? Go ahead.
All right, it says, and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them about, but there was no breath in them. Verse 9, then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus said the Lord, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live.
Right, so if they don't have the breath, they don't have this right here. Somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 7:4, 24, all the way to 25.
This
See?
is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7.
Right, you can't fake this. You know, you got the Lord got to be dealing with you.
In verse 24, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
Right.
For she is the breath.
Whoa, she is the what?
For she is the breath, the power of Yahweh.
Well, he said they didn't have the breath. So what didn't they have? They didn't have wisdom. That's right. They don't have the Sophia. So that's why some people call themselves Israelites, you know, around the world, but a lot of them don't have the breath. They don't have the wisdom. Go ahead.
And a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
So if you got the truth, you got a pure influence flowing straight from the Lord to those individuals. All right? Nothing's in the way. Straight to them. Okay? So they had these fake camps, they got blockages. They got dams in the way. All right? Who would read? Ezekiel 37? That was it right there. I just wanted that point with the breath. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 37 and 9 again, it says, then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus said the Lord, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain,
Right.
that they may live.
And that takes faith to do that. To look at a field and the Lord says it's going to be crops here. You know, it's going to be a whole field grown here. Trust me. Just go out there and water it, man. He's like, oh, I don't know, man. That's a desert. He's like, well, I'm going to bring water and grow things in the desert, man. There's going to be a whole forest right here. Do what I told you. It takes faith to do that. To breathe where he said breathe and nobody's there. Talk to the wind. That's what we used to do out here. There wasn't no online. There wasn't no live videos like now. We would just be out here teaching and people would just be empty, remember? It was empty, man, at certain times. Right after him. Go ahead.
Verse 10, so I prophesied as commanded me, and the breath came upon them, and they lived and stood upon their feet in exceeding great army.
So what do they see? An exceeding great army. Read that where was that, brother? The army part. The fear fell upon them, that's all. That last verse.
11 or 9?
I don't know. Yeah, but y'all hold priesthood. Turn out the close that book.
This is Revelations 11 and verse 10. And it says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them.
11.
First it said after 3 days and a half.
11.
This is Revelations 11 and verse 11. And it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God it enter into them.
We live in that right now. The spirit of life from Yahweh, the wisdom, the breath, entered into them. You see that? So after 350 years, around the 1970s, that's when the spirit of life started getting put into our people again. And all the way up until now. See that? Where the voice is going out to the Israelite Gentiles now. Go ahead, brother.
And they that stood upon their feet in great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right, so they see us on the internet. That's why they try to shut down our videos. You know? And they put fear on people seeing us out here with books and telling people about their judgment coming. But sitting out here with guns, we'll be done. They don't fear that. They'll call the army, police, anybody. It's over in a second. They put that fire out fast.
Hey, Con,
Extinguish that.
if I may add on to it, that being said, the WEF just made a statement that anybody that believes in conspiracy theories, they made it for the governments to opt them out, man, and demonize them.
Yep.
So
Allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
You gotta say that nowadays. All right, everything is alleged. All right, somebody hold the precept. Go ahead, brother.
The book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 11, says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up its ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So basically, you know, the Lord is raising up the house of David and closing up the breaches thereof between the northern and the southern kingdom. You know, and you know, backing on the statement that the brother made, we standing up on our feet, a great exceeding army in these last days.
Oh, the breach. And the breach part is it says it's sealing up the way of truth.
There you go. All right. So now, look. Somebody got precept? That was it. Good.
Deuteronomy 4. And now hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh of your fathers giveth you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, and that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you.
And if you read further down in that verse, it said, this is the wisdom that I give you in the sight of the nations, man. He said, you ought not to add on to them. The reason why you have individuals that add on to them, why? Because they don't have the breath. They just be out here winging it. They don't have the breath in them, so they just say whatever they want to say. I feel like it's doctrine, but it ain't. So you're gonna have some out here that got the sinews and got the muscles. They walk around. They physically Israelites, but they spiritually not there. They don't have the breath.
Right. Look at Isaiah 30 and 9. All right. Can you get back to second Ezra? Yeah, chapter 5. We're gonna read that one verse again. Verse 1, I think it was. Yeah, there, brother. Now it should make more sense when we read it. Right?
Second Ezra, chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
See that? So the way of truth was hidden. But the Lord closed up the breaches thereof. You see that? And he said this land was what? Barren of faith. All right? But now it has faith in it. By us. It's going to grow and blossom. You know? All right? So somebody got that?
This is Isaiah 30 and 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
Right, those are the ones that are taken in great number that we just read about. He said there should be many that are taken in great number. All right, go ahead.
Which say to the seers, see not.
They say to us, see not. The ancient word for a prophet was a seer. Now we call prophets. All right, they used to be given visions from the Most High. They could see what was about to happen. Go ahead.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
Right.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Right.
Prophesy deceits.
Yeah, they want to hear this. They want to hear that Christian doctrine. They don't want to hear destruction. They don't want to hear deliverance. They don't want to hear slavery and things like that, because that comes with judgment. You know, we probably didn't want to hear it either when the Lord, before 70 AD.
God.
He was like, yo, nah, there's gonna be a falling away first, man. You're gonna go into slavery. What? You know, but now we're telling them, huh?
Say it ain't so.
Say it ain't so. So they don't want to hear that. They want to hear that America's gonna keep going. God accepts you as you are, come as you are. You know,
Blessed and highly favored.
you're blessed and highly favored.
Man,
If you believe in him, you're a child of Abraham.
you got increase coming.
You got increase coming, manifest destiny, all that.
All you need is love.
All you need is love. Everything love. But this world is full of hate and
God.
war.
God.
As they bombing places, they talking about love. Go ahead, brother. Interjection, go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 10 and verse 3. For they be ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. Because they got to be ready to lose these things that they're getting on this side. You can't let your job or anything you got going on in your carnal life get in the way with your spiritual walk. But these people, they comforted by the way of this world, which is death. They don't want that true eternal life, that true breath of life.
Right, man. He said, what? Many, the way to destruction is a wide gate, and many there be that go there and that. You know what I mean? So they say death shall be chosen rather than life. You see that? By all the residue of this people. So, go ahead, brother.
Back at Isaiah 30 and 11. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Right, so when they see us, they're saying, hey, call the whole. No, you're good. You take time. Yep. He say what? You don't get no speed, no speeding ticket, bro. All right. So he said what? He shall be what? Go ahead, read it again.
Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Right. So that's what they say. They want this to stop. They say, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us, man. Meaning, hey, get that video out of here. I don't want to hear that. You know. So they don't want to hear this.
Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression,
Right, so they trust in this oppression. So everything that's offered in this society is based on oppression. They trust in that oppression, you know what I mean? They trust in that darkness. They trust in these holidays. Holidays is another form of oppression. It's a way to get your money. It's a way for the corporations to get rich. They already know. You go to Walmart, it's changed. Like, hey, y'all did some new framework in here, huh? You go in there the next day, it's everything green, Lucky Charm.
Right.
You go in there the next day, it's like Halloween. Like, damn.
Man, think about it.
This is the Wizard of Oz.
Valentine's Day coming up.
Yep.
Now, just think about it. You can have a married couple that have a solid marriage together. Let that man forget to buy that woman something for Valentine's Day. They made up. That could end the marriage right there.
Yeah.
That's a form of oppression.
You
Now the
lose-
man is forced to try to figure out what he could get this woman,
Yep.
right, for a day that was. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's foolishness.
Yeah, a man could lose his family not getting nothing for Christmas. That's oppression, man. All right, so they trust in it. All right, you too, bro. Thank you. All right, so they trust in it, man. So just like when Fauci started speaking, what did they do? They ran down into it because they trust in this oppression. They trust in this oppression, you know, because that's all that was a form of oppression when Fauci was out there speaking. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Isaiah 30 and 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity
stay
shall.
thereon. And stay thereon. They haven't moved. The Lord like, come on, walk with me. That's faith. Walk is a moving tool. It's movement. So they stand still. And the Lord said, no, walk with me. Get that traveling experience. Get your mileage up. Your traveling miles, your flyer miles. But instead, they stay there on, man. They stand on that house that's sitting upon sand. And we're standing upon our rock, Yahushua.
Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fail.
Fall.
Fall.
Same thing.
Swelling out in a high wall whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
You see what happened in New Orleans?
Oh,
The levees. That's what the Lord's saying. It's just like that. Swelling out, ready to fall on everybody. You know, it's gonna catch them. What did Klaus Schwab say? It should be like a flood. You You know, flood of lies, you know, of deception that they push. All right, precept. You got one? Go ahead, brother.
It's Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. So our people don't consider, man. Hosea 4:6. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man, because they're stuck in that Stockholm syndrome. All right.
All right, brother. That's the Rock 5:1. That's the Rock 5:1. Yep. Yep.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Yep. All the way to 7, brother.
Gone. Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're setting their heart, their mind upon their goods. What's that? Heart, treasure in heaven. Right. Yeah, he says, set not thy hearts upon thy goods, and say not that I have enough for my life, man. Because that people could really be saving. Yep, people could really be saving and building up profit to hand it off to somebody else. Because they always say this: when you walk away from somebody, you don't know if that was your last conversation with that person. You see that? So the Lord could take the person's life just like that. So they saving up for what? So how do we save our life for today or tomorrow? By turning to the Father today. You see that? All right, go ahead.
Verse 2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
There you go.
And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride.
Right, what's that? Ecclesiastes 12:1. Somebody get that? So he said what? Remember, he said, in thy strength. So while you're young and strong and able to walk around, you know, anybody under 50, they're really young, you know what I'm saying? Even 60 nowadays. But we're young, we're youthful, we're able to read, we're able to move around. This is when we turn to the Lord, all right? Not at the last moment where somebody in a sick bed, or they can barely walk, or the body's broken, or all hell is breaking loose now, and it's too late. Go ahead. Ecclesiastes 12:1.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1.
Okay.
Remember now that the Creator in the days of thy youth.
So remember the Creator, Yahweh, He's creating in the days of our youth, man. All right, go ahead.
While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Right, and this is a parable speaking about a young man that grows old and has no joy in old ages. You know, like the pleasures are gone. They old. You know what I mean? They don't even, you get so old you don't even like sex anymore. You get what I'm saying? So, but it's referencing to that, comparing it to when all hell breaks loose. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 2, Ecclesiastes 12. Well, the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain.
Right, go ahead.
In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
See, the keepers of the house are going to tremble.
And,
right? Who, like Biden and all them, whoever's in presidency, you got them fighting against each other right now. Satan divided against Satan. The kingdom that's divided cannot stand. So they're trembling. Why? Because of Russia and them. All right. So before that happens, the Lord turned to them now. All right. And that's what we're all doing. Go ahead.
And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease.
Right. The work is going to cease. There's not going to be any jobs.
Because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Right, that represents fear. When somebody look out the window and it's darkened, that represents being scared. So they're going to be in fear, peeking out the window. Go ahead.
And the verse 4, Ecclesiastes 12.
All right, that was it. We ain't got to go too deep in that. Right, go ahead, brother. Yep.
Back at the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 4.
Yep.
Say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go.
Yeah, that's right.
Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin.
That's right. So we're not, even though the Lord said he forgave us, he's forgiven us, and we're not under sin right now, but the curses are still there. But the Lord said, don't be without fear to just add sin unto sin. Like, I'm good. The Lord got me. I'm saved. I'm sanctified. You know, take me as I am. Right. So we supposed to find out what sin is and try not to do it. And what's sin? Sin is transgressing of the law. So, but you got people out there claiming to be Israelite eating pork and teaching the pork.
The law done away with, stuff like that.
Yeah, the law is done away with. But he said what? Be not afraid to add sin unto sin. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6.
I mean, be not what? I said it wrong.
Verse 5. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto
Be
sin.
not without fear to add sin unto sin, man. We gotta know what sin is first, though. Okay, America is Sodom and Gomorrah. Now you good, brother. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. Of course, our people are scattered everywhere, right? Our people are scattered all over the four corners of the earth. Go ahead, brother.
Gone. Verse 6 of Sirach chapter 5. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners.
That's right, man. So his indignation resteth upon sinners. The Father's true name is Yahweh, and his Son's name is Yahushua. All right? And they lied to us about his name, and just like they lied to us about his people. Okay? If you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you definitely most likely an Israelite. But then you got our people scattered amongst the nations. So we don't know who's who. You know what I mean? According to color. That's about that spirit and about the truth. And about judgment day to where the angels are going to do the sifting. All right? Go ahead, brother. So America's about to be destroyed, man. Go ahead, brother.
Back at Sirach chapter 5 and verse 7.
Yep. Oh, we went to 7? Yep.
7.
Yeah, all the way to 7, yep.
Gone. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security, thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Good. So that's why the Lord saying, turn back now. Seek him while he may be found, while that door of grace is open, before the evil days come nigh. All right? So where we can walk around and read, so we can cut on the internet and learn and watch us. You know what I mean? You can cut on the YouTube and go to Lions Den on YouTube with a Z. You can look us up, man. You can watch the video, get caught up, and be at home studying. Get you a KJV Bible or a Bible, and start getting into the book. It's our book. Right. We just can't look at it like Christian. You know, Christianity is not the path, man. The Lord never told us to be Christian. He said, "Be ye holy." Be ye holy, brother. Come on with it. So he never told us to not be Israel, not be who we are. We got to reclaim that nationality. All right, it's a nationality. You know, not just a faith. All right. Got some. Go back to where we was at, brother.
Second Ezra, chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number.
Pan around, please.
And the way of truth.
Everybody's taken in a great number. Look at all these people, man. And there's not even a lot of people compared to a concert. You know what I mean? Or a celebration downtown. We've seen millions of people gathered. And isn't that scary that most of them don't know the truth? Everybody's seeking the truth but can't find it. Romans 11 and 7. Let's get that real quick. Romans 11. All right? And while we at it, let's get Revelation chapter 1, verse 10.
Romans 11 and 7.
Yep.
What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for?
So Israel looking for knowledge. They went to colleges, universities, all kind of churches. TD Jakes, TD Fakes, Baptists, we done went Pentecostal, we went everywhere trying to find the truth. You know what I mean? But what? They have not found what they're seeking for. Go ahead.
But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
So the elect. See, with the in the Sirach where it says the elect shall praise his holy name. See, the elect, that's what we're hoping to be chosen. And that's what the Lord has anointed from the beginning. We can't make nobody the elect. We got to be the elect and be the example. All right? So, go ahead. Read the precept.
Sirach 17 and 10. It says, and the elect shall praise his holy name.
Yep. Revelation 7. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. The elect shall praise his holy name, man. And what's his name? His name is not Jesus. His name is not Jehovah Jireh. The letter J never existed. It's not Yahweh, because there's no letter E's and no U's in the ancient Hebrew. So you want to go back to the ancient Paleo Lashawan Kodash, the holy tongue, where we know it's Yahweh and we know it's Yahweh Shai. Right? Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh by Hashem, meaning in the name of Yahweh Shai. All right? Hamashiach, which means the anointed one. That's the only way to the Father, for you to speak that vibration. All right? So when his name don't matter. Well, when all hell break loose, people gonna call on the name. You want to call the right name. You know what I'm saying? He said, "What? I will not hear you if you call the wrong name." All right, go ahead. Somebody read something.
Revelation 7.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor any tree.
Right, so the angels are the ones stopping all the destruction from coming here to America. So this grace period that we got to wake up and to repent and turn to Him, the Lord has the angels holding it back. All right, that's why America, people can walk around, because over in God, you get what I'm saying? So why is it that over in Africa they ain't doing that? It's all hell breaking loose over there too. Over in Korea they ain't allowing them to do that. They gotta read whatever Kim Jong-un say. You know, in the other Korea, you know? Right? Wherever you want to go, it's like, it ain't the same. Over in Islam, over there in Arabia, you better have a Quran. So you get that head and your hands chopped off now, dude. So over here, the Lord said this is the place of His sacrifice. This is the place where He has a sacrifice in Idumea. You know, this is the place of His destruction. This land. All right. So go ahead. I heard it. It's like you heard Billy Goat? All right, go ahead.
All right. Verse 2 in Revelation 7. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads."
Right, we're gonna see all of this come to pass, man. All of this is gonna come to pass real soon. Everything we're talking about, everything they're afraid of, the Lord gonna bring their fears and their terrors upon them, man. That's right. Okay? And He said, what? The angels are holding it back, but soon as the elect get woken up, 144,000 of the men, 12,000 from each tribe, from all kindreds of the earth. So you're gonna have people coming up looking like the fake Jews. That's actually Israelite. You're gonna have somebody come up looking Chinese, but the Spirit pulling them and they on it. That most likely an Israelite, but he just look like them. So this ain't the Black Panther stuff, you know. We ain't gonna look like Isaac Hayes, everybody. You know what I mean? Or Shaft. Oh yeah, that's an Israelite. That's an Israelite indeed. He got the beard. Look at Kimbo. Yeah, Lenny Kravitz, man. Lenny Kravitz is an Edomite. Yeah, that's decent. All right. So 144,000. That's the elect. That's gonna, and the one, the rest of the 1/3, that's gonna praise His holy name. All right, let's go back. Where was that, brother?
2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
There you go. So iniquity has been increased on the earth. All right, and wickedness has increased on the earth, and that's what the Lord is letting that darkness linger, so He can destroy all of it, man. You know, He wanted to get it all out, bring it all out. Whatever y'all want to bring on the earth, bring it. You know, make the power for the fire great. You know, heap on the wood, bring everything with it. You want sodomy? Well, bring all of it though. Give them rights too. Obama. That's what it started with, the rights. You know, the murder, bringing more killing on the earth. You know, theft. What else? Adultery, fornication, like the Roman Empire all over again. The Lord, like, yeah, bring all of that so I can destroy it. Idolatry. Idol worship. So, yep, this is a melting pot of idolatry, man. That's right, man. All right, where we at? Somebody reading? Whoever wanted, give it to them. They don't want it, desire, don't give it to them. So look, he said what? But iniquity, Matthew 24:12. Somebody, let's keep ready for your precept, Joe. Let's go out here. Matthew 24:12.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. verse 12. And it reads, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Right, so yeah, so iniquity is abounding. See that? What did it say right there?
But
Don't
iniquity
lose the
shall
spot.
be increased above that which now thou seest,
So iniquity has increased on the earth. All right.
or that thou hast heard long ago.
So because the wickedness has increased, then the more powerful the wicked has gotten, the more they're able to push their thoughts all over the world. Right? So these people ruling the earth. All right? And next thing you know, they push their doctrine on the earth, you know, through masonry, paganism. And then next thing you know, our people increasing that paganism. Now they made more like them. You know? And then you got the rest of the people that's caught up in the lies too. So wickedness is increasing, like darkness is spreading, but the light is still here. All right? Little candles of light. Little corners of light. That's what we represent. All right, go ahead. So iniquity is increasing, so what?
Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
See, because that iniquity is abounding, he said what? Folly shall be held in great dignity. So because that wickedness is abounding, the love of people is waxing cold. That's why you're seeing somebody walking up just cutting somebody's head off in the middle of the street. Or people killing each other. Or they got these switches nowadays in the ghetto, shooting each other head off, man, shooting their ass off. Right? So why? Because the love of many is waxing cold because of these false doctrines. Most of the people killing each other is either Muslim, Christian, atheists, Buddhists,
Scientologists.
you know, pagans, Scientologists. It's all because of their doctrines, because of what they believe. And it stems out into their lifestyle. You dig? Word. That's what I'm talking about, right? Can you answer that question?
What's up? What's the
I
question?
ain't even had no question, bro. I was just fucking with you. Right? I was gonna show you something though, man. All right, so now, where was that? Back to this real quick.
2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 3.
Yep.
And the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly.
Whoa, so we see this land had root. They say the mirth of the land is gone? That's right. So we saw this place have root. The founding fathers of America. Now we're going to see it what? Destroyed.
Suddenly.
We're seeing it suddenly destroyed, all right? Let's get that proof on that. Let's get Jeremiah 50 and 15. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 15, and any other precepts come to your spirit.
Jeremiah 50, 50 and 15.
Yep.
Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundation are fallen.
Right, so her foundations are falling. You see that? So, because I'm gonna give him the precept again. All right, so get that precept ready. He said, "What? Shout against her round about." Who's shouting against America right now? Who's shouting against America? Unless you just sleep in the world. Russia, Iran. On the soil that we walking on, they about to blow this place up. All right, and it's been prophesied about 2,000 years ago. All right, so there's only one way out of that. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. So it's only one way out of this, man. And you got to know who God is. If you think He's Jesus or Jesus, you're gonna get destroyed. That's not His true name. The name Jesus comes from what? Hail Zeus. What's his name in the truest form in the ancient Hebrew? His name would be Yahushua, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah that they killed in around 37, 38 AD. All right, he was not a misfit. All right, sorry to hurt your feelings, but his name is not Jesus. There was no letter J's that ever existed before the 1600s. You want to clear a room? Tell the truth. All right. Well, once somebody get away from me, I start saying that. You feel me? Because they all what? They stuck on that Jesus juice that we were brought up on, but we never researched. We just believed everybody. We never studied for ourselves. All right. So he said, what? This represents America, and this is NATO. All the European countries that came together: Germany, Rome, France, Spain, Germania Minor, Britain, Greece, and then you got America, which is like the spearhead for NATO. NATO is the allegiance that dropped the bomb during Hiroshima and Nagasaki? It was NATO. Who was the spearhead for NATO? America. All right? So look, the Lord said, what shout against her round about? What nations are shouting against America? Russia, China, Iran, South Africa, the BRICS nations, right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah, back at Jeremiah 50 and 15.
Right, he said, I found the land that you've seen take root is going to lose that foundation. All right, everything that we saw built on this place is falling apart now. Go ahead.
Her foundation are falling.
What Bill Gates told you. He said, you want your new norm? Nope, you ain't going back to the normal. It's done. What Donald Trump tried to say? Make America great again. Why? Because America is not America anymore. All right, America does not exist. All right, it's time to wake up. All right, go ahead.
Her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord.
So why are we seeing this happening? It's the vengeance of the Lord. But what's his name? His name is Yahweh. That's what he told Moses in 1446 BC. He told Moses that. Moses was a Levite from the tribe of the Haitians. But they have him in movies as Charles Heston, a Caucasian man. But he was really our people. You know why they didn't want us to see it? Because we would have been like, wow, we the superheroes. Every superhero movie, you see them. You don't see us. So we can't relate to it. You see what I'm saying? Whenever they show the Messiah in movies, they paint him as a Caucasian man. So we can't relate to him. He really looked just like us, man. A dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah, the so-called Negro tribe. So if you're a so-called Negro, not like a Native American or a Puerto Rican, he's from your tribe. Like if you're a Judah, you're gonna be living in the same city where he's gonna be living in the kingdom real soon. You're from the same city where King David was from, King Solomon. But we walking around here calling ourselves niggas, big, black, you know what I mean?
American.
Thinking we ain't nothing. You feel me? Kind of believing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm somebody, we got forces. But we really are somebody, bro. We're the most important things on this earth in existence. He say what? Waiting for the manifestation of sons of God. Come on, read. Go ahead, brother. Somebody had a precept?
Take vengeance upon her,
right?
As she have done, do unto her.
So when you see America get destroyed and they talking about going to war, World War III, it's not just Putin. It's just not Iran and them. It's the vengeance of the Most High. He's doing it, and that's important to know. All right, because they're gonna try to force you into a trap, man, real soon. They're gonna try to put something inside your hand and inside your forehead. You know about that probably, especially being around him. I know you know about that a little bit. All right, go ahead. Thank y'all, I think.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 19. Verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Right, read that, right. So he said, I reckon that the sufferings of this present time that we're going through, it cannot compare with the glory that's going to be revealed in us, man. The one that's in this truth. The one that's willing to hear God, man. You know what got me into this truth? Well, the Most High woke me up going back to 97. But the thing is, what made me want to fight for him is certain scriptures I read in the scriptures myself, and he was like, why have you turned away from me? Who will stand with me? I was like, anybody standing with me? I'll stand with you. Send me. You feel me? Send me. I'll ride with you. You know, I'll fight the whole army if I had to, but I didn't know I had to fight this way. I was ready though, but I didn't know this is the way. But he said, no, my yoke is easy. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. You see that? So, you know, he ain't want us to come out here and get killed. He's saying, go out there and present yourself as a living sacrifice and teach my people in the midst of whoever. You know, where danger could happen. Somebody come up and just shoot us right now, you know? But it's all about the will of the Father. They come up and try to lock us up for us trying to get y'all the truth. You feel me? So go ahead.
Verse 19, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God.
So the whole expectation of existence is waiting for y'all to wake up and us to wake up. Think about that. He said, what? The earnest, what?
The earnest expectation of the creature waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God.
They're waiting. Even the plants is waiting on us. The whole earth, even the animals are waiting on us. Look what they're doing to the animals on the earth. They got all the animals in zoos. When we're ruling, we're going to have animals in our mansions.
There was a kangaroo in somebody's yard yesterday on the news in Jacksonville.
Yeah, the scripture said that. The animals going to move out of their place. That's the time of judgment. But we got so much blessing coming to us, man. Compare what we're going through now to what's coming. Eternal life. Our people not dying no more. We know where we're going when we die. Did you know that reincarnation is real? And you know that we don't die. Your spirit, we die, and then your spirit goes to the Father, and you're dealing with Him. And then He sends you back into a body, a abode, a house, and then you live again on this earth. That's why you're standing here.
So I had the light come to me about 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
And when you say reincarnation is real, it's real.
It's real,
they
man.
Let me know. They laid it out to me.
Yeah.
Everything. And if you say you've been woken up, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Reincarnation is real, man.
Very real.
Be reincarnated, meaning re-put back into the flesh. So other than that, we will live forever. And it ain't our time yet. Yahushua had to live for, he's on the what? The right hand of the Father. So he had to be first. And now he said, I would, somebody get that? I pray where I am. All right.
17.
Time, brother. Let's get that real quick. So he wants us to be where he is. But right now, we're down here on this earth in slavery. We're still in slavery. It's just a different type of slavery. It's not ball and chain anymore. You know? We ain't getting our hands cut off for reading. Our eyes dug out. You know? But really, we're in slavery because you got a birth certificate and a social security number. You know what I mean? So as soon as you're born, they look at you as a slave. It's called sweat equity slave. So all the taxes that we make, it goes to them fake ones over there. All right? And they get paid off of it. They get fractional reserve currency. Meaning every time you go to an ATM, they get paid off of that. So that's how they get richer and richer, and we get poorer and poorer, spending and spending. Playing us over here, man. Playing us. And these people here, they call themselves the ruling class family, man. Who are these dudes? They claim they rule y'all. They own us. Like what? You know you can find your social security number on the stock market. You know that? That's right, man. You can go in there and type it in and find it. And they got billions tied to it. But it's not in dollars, it's in credit. You see that? And you can actually attach it to all your cars that you buy. You're supposed to be able to write that off to your birth certificate. Meaning, yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right. So where we at? Somebody got something on
John?
Yeah, let's get that.
This is the book of John, chapter 17 and verse 24.
Right.
Father, I will that they also, whom thou hast given me,
This is Yahushua's prayer for us, man. All right.
be with me where I am.
He said, Father, I would that the one that he's given to Yahushua, not all Israel. He said Israel's gonna be like the sand of the sea, but only a few shall be saved. See that? So not all Israel's given to Yahushua yet. All right, our whole nation's gonna be saved in the kingdom. You know, they're gonna be brought reincarnation again. But if you want to stop that process of reincarnation and be like Yahushua, you want to get delivered now. To be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Somebody get that? He said we're gonna be changed in the twinkling of an eye. When the missiles hitting, boom, we praying to be going up and getting delivered by what they call UFOs. They be lying to us. All right, they're really the chariots of the Most High. What did the slaves used to sing? Swing low. There you go, bro. Right?
Now, what UFOs are, what they claim that they're the fallen angels.
Yeah, they call it fallen angels.
And they lie in God's spirit.
Yeah, God is the spirit. Well, this is the thing. The fallen angels is us. We the fallen angels. We the angels that fell in the beginning, the Nephilim, which would be Napoleon. All right, which means fallen. Huh?
Not all of us are the fallen angels.
Not all of it, only the Israelites.
You got
Only the
Cain,
Israelites.
You got Abel, then you got Zeth. See, people forget about Zeth.
I don't know what that is. Oh, Seth. Yeah, but at that time, the fallen angels were called the sons of God. Today, the sons of God are called Israelites. Same thing. The princes of God. We fell. You see that? So, I'm telling you how it is. I'm giving it straight to you. So the Nephilim doesn't mean giant. It means giant in the word of fame. They're famous. If you want a giant, you would have Raphaim, which was like Goliath. He was a giant. All right. So it's two different ones. So now, the whole manifestation is waiting for the sons of God to be manifested, man. I forgot my point, but I was going somewhere. But go ahead, brother. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. So you're hearing about that, ain't you? Lately you've been hearing about UFOs. And everybody talking about green aliens, but we crazy. We telling y'all it's the angels in the chariot.
Okay.
But they tell us, I ain't gonna say right now. But they think we're crazy, but they can pick the little green aliens. What happened, Pope, at the Catholic Church? All of a sudden there's green aliens out there now? No. UFO means unidentified flying object, meaning they can't identify it, but we can. You feel me? That's what led us out of Egypt. A fire by night and a cloud by day. It was over top of us. You see that? Ezekiel in the wheel. So that's what's coming. What the Lord say? He said, somebody let's get birds flying. Let's get these precepts. Anybody got one?
I got one.
Right,
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 15. But the Lord liveth, 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right, that time is done. Now what?
But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he hath driven them.
See, what is this called? North what? North America. So this is that land of the north. So now it's not going to be just about when the Lord delivered us out of Egypt in 1446 BC in the springtime. Now it's going to be about when the Lord delivered us out of this Egypt, North America, and all the places where we were scattered. Deliverance, man. Deliverance from what? Out of the snare of the devil, the trap that they're setting, called the New World Order. All right, when they bring that in, that digital system and that martial law, we got to find a way out of here, and out of that World War III. These globalist elites, they plan on running in bunkers. Have you been hearing about bunkers lately? Mm-hmm. It's all right there. Prophecy is speaking. It's right there. You're hearing about bunkers. They all plan on running in bunkers and having the war all over the world. And whoever's left, they want to control them.
Well, it ain't gonna matter where they go because the Spirit of God's gonna be able to get to them.
You're gonna get to them.
You just blow them away.
You're gonna get to them.
Just like that.
Yeah, he say, even though they run into hell, that hell means ground. So when they run into hell and dig into the ground, the Lord said he's gonna search them out. He's gonna send his angels in there to get them and us. We're gonna be the hunters. The hunted shall be the hunters. He said the fishers, we out here fishing now. Fishing, right? He said the fishermen gonna become hunters. Everything they did to us, we're gonna be able to do it to them real soon. That's gonna be in righteousness. You see that? And Yahushua is gonna be our king saying, hey, go punish them. And we're gonna be an army again. We divided, man. Our people. You see all them names on there. We know these people, man. We know that's our people. You know? And we scattered other places too. But we know we grew up around Puerto Rico, you know the Haitians, your people. You know the Native Americans, you feel for them. You feel what I'm saying? So we can feel it, man. That's that brotherly love that we still got in our spirit. All right? So these people playing in the New World Order, but we gotta be delivered from that. Go ahead, who's reading?
Back in John.
Any precept. Yep. He shall be delivered with birds flying. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 31 and 5.
Yeah, everybody grab a precept, man. Everybody grab one. Huh? Twinkle of an eye. Yeah, everybody try to get one before we close.
Isaiah, what again?
31 and 5.
Isaiah 31, 5. Hold it. Hold it though. You gotta do it in order. Get that in decent in order. Somebody, Babaka Shah, decent in order. Decent in order. Yes, Babaka Shah, you got it. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of hosts, defend Jerusalem, defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
Right, so what's that? What's that? He said, as birds flying. What do birds fly in? V formation. You see that? So as Revelation 19 probably? It might be 19. It might be, I think it's 19. He saw him on a white horse. Yeah, I think so. Was it 17?
11. 1911.
Is that 1911? Yeah, and the angel behind it, yeah.
This is Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
Is it like a horse, like a Pegasus? Like the Roman Pegasus? Nope. It's the chariots of the Lord. You know who else saw him? John too. All them people you probably gonna name, they all saw chariots. But guess who else saw it? What was his name? Antiochus Epiphanes. All right, that's where you get the whole Hanukkah. Remember Hanukkah? Yeah. Hanukkah comes from the time of the Maccabees. All right, I ain't gonna talk your head off with that part. But the Maccabees, Judas Maccabee. It means Judas the Hammer, Maccabee. But he was really of the Hasmonean dynasty. He was our people. All right, from Judah. Now, Antiochus Epiphanes, he the one that he tried to force us to eat pork in 168 BC. You can look this up in history. He tried to force us to eat pork. And he wanted to take over the Egyptian area, and he was a Greek. That was the time they were pushing the Greeks and the pagans right before Alexander. Right after Alexander. All right, a little bit after Alexander. So now, when he tried to get us to eat pork, the angels showed up. Yep, the angels showed up and went to war. Yep, I just talked to the camera. But the angels showed up and went to war, and they were standing. They were over. All right, now. Yo, peace. The angels were over Antiochus, and Antiochus recorded what he saw. All right. So somebody get that. There's a lot of confusion, but I think it's 2 Maccabees chapter 5, probably. I think. Or is it 1? Right. Anybody got any priests? Let's launch them off. We'll close it out.
This is the
Yeah, we gotta finish this real quick. My bad. I'm all over the place, but we're gonna finish this real quick.
Back at Revelation 19:11, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
All right, so what is he sitting upon? That's what I'm saying. It's a vehicle. It's actually a vehicle that he's on, not a horse. You know, where you get the horse from? Scriptures say flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. So that horse ain't up there with flesh and blood. This is my special horse, man. It's my nag. Yeah, read that again.
Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he does judge and make war.
Right. Revelations 1 and 7. All right, go ahead, brother. Keep reading.
Verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Right. All right. White. There you go.
Revelation 1.
Yeah, kind. Okay.
Verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven.
Whoa, the armies in heaven. You got armies out there? That's what's coming, bro. Go ahead.
Follow him upon white horses.
So they got their own white horses. Same thing spoken of in Ezekiel. The word horse just means power. Just like horsepower?
Yeah, but I thought that meant freedom. Horses mean freedom.
No, but it said he's riding on it. Riding on the horse. So let's read about that. Go ahead, read that real fast. 2 Maccabees, somebody?
2 Maccabees 5 or what?
5, 1, I think it is, or is it? It's somewhere around there. It's like
I'm just talking 1. 2 Maccabees chapter 5 verse 1. About the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt.
Right, because 169 BC he went into Egypt, and the second time he wanted to go take Egypt again from his brother-in-law. All right, go ahead.
And then it happened that throughout all the cities.
I think it's I forgot his name, the 8th though. It was the 8th, whatever. Ptolemy the 8th. Go ahead.
For the space almost to 40 days.
Yeah, 40 days. So that's like almost a month, right? So, go ahead.
There were seen horsemen running in the air.
Horsemen running in the air. He saw this. Go ahead.
In cloth of gold.
In cloth of gold. They had gold on, bro. And he's looking at them on these chariots. Go ahead.
And armed with lances.
And armed with lances, like princes do. How many lumps you want? Right? Go ahead.
Like a band of soldiers.
Like a band of soldiers in the air. The same army on white horses. Go ahead.
And troops of horsemen in array
encountering,
Encountering.
and running one against another with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes and drawing of swords.
Right. And what do you read about in Ezekiel 1? The wheel within the wheel. Same thing. Same thing. All right. Let's get that. Revelation 1 and 7.
This is Revelation.
Good. Either one. Yeah.
It's Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he coming with clouds.
He coming with clouds. See that? The angels, the horses, the clouds are the same thing. All right. The clouds. Go ahead.
And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
Right. So everybody, that's right. Somebody get Exodus 14 and 18. Real
This
quick.
is Exodus chapter 14, verse 18.
Right, because now we went back to the time of Exodus, where we came out of Egypt. Somebody said we were delivered with a cloud by day, fire by night. Yeah. Let's read about that. What is just a cloud over? Let's read that. Check this out.
This is Exodus chapter 14, verse 18.
19.
The Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
Did that make sense? Read that again. So when we were running from the Pharaoh, the Egyptian army back there, the angel was in front of us leading us.
Right.
But now this angel that was in the cloud, it went from in front of us to behind us, to go between us and the Egyptians now. Now what did it do? Go ahead.
Verse 19. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
Keep going, keep going.
And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night.
You caught that point? Right on time, bro. Hey, man, bless you, bro.
Shalom.
All right, so, yeah, man, we made that point clear, man. That the clouds of heaven, that there's angels in those clouds, and those clouds are also called horses. All right, well, horsemen that ride in those clouds, as you read in Ezekiel, where he said he saw a cloud coming out of the north. But within that cloud, it was what? Angels. All right, they look like men. They tell you that. All right, and they had on gold and cloth and like pikes and all that. All right, like war, like an army. All right, where we at? Everybody grab a precept, man. Let's end it. Yeah, let's grab that one. You got that one. Yeah, everybody grab like one precept, man. Let's end it with that.
This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 52.
Yeah, y'all can speak on it too. I'm gonna digress.
It says, in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So in the twinkling of an eye, in the last moment, we're going to be taken up, or, come up hither, and we're going to be changed. Our bodies are going to be changed. We're not going to be able to take these bodies into the chairs or into the kingdom. We're going to be changed for the better. We're going to be changed and get those new bodies that have the laws in our inward parts.
No, we're gonna live forever. We're gonna have eternity. At that point, we're gonna be made immortal. We're gonna put off we're gonna put off the mortal and put on the immortal. But the law is still gonna have to be put in our inward part though. You see that? That's when we're gonna meet Yahweh Shai, and He's gonna cause us to pass under the rod. I mean, He's gonna put the laws in us. Yeah, it's gonna be like a ceremony. Yep. And then He's gonna say, now you can go. All right. Oh, that was it. All right, y'all got one? Go ahead, brother.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 10. And it says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beat to powder at his presence. So right, during the time of World War III, you'll have missiles being shot off, and then you're gonna have chariots, going forth and blasting people basically, to be utterly beat to powder at his presence at the return of Yahushua like you see in that movie Independence Day.
Y'all got precept, y'all take over. I got it.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will certainly come. It will not tarry. And we see the Lord gearing up to throw this place down. We see the inflation rates rising, the dollar crashing. We see any wars, rumors of wars. We just had an earthquake off the coast of Florida. These are the signs that the Lord gave us to watch out for, and we see him coming to pass. So we see the Lord's voice not failing. So we just gotta keep doing the work, to keep being patient. We almost out of here.
Precept.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, if it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. And that's us being lifted up in those chariots, being placed in those chariots. And as we're being lifted up, we're going to be changed. And as the Lord destroying this place, right, He gonna preserve us there in those chariots until He sends us right back down on the earth, and then we get the laws in our inward parts.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 16. And he that sat on the cloud thrusting his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And I was getting this for the brother that was here, so he know that what that cloud was, like the elder was saying, a cloud by day and a fire by night. It can be used for war and be used for salvation.
Go ahead, brother. Anybody got one? Everybody try to grab one.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressors ceased? The golden city ceased. All right, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking up this proverb against Babylon, which is modern day America, prophesying that this golden city is ultimately going to cease. But we witness it cease. We witness it ceasing right now, man. This used to be the land of opportunity, man. The golden city. You know what I'm saying? People will come from all across the world to achieve the American dream in this place, man.
Okay.
Flocking to the golden city. But the quote unquote glory of this place is being stripped. People seeing this place for what it really is, man.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 13. O Lord, the hope of Israel, all that forsake thee shall be ashamed, and they that depart from me shall be written in the earth. Because they have forsaken the Lord, the fountain of living waters, man. So ultimately, you forsake this truth. You forsake those who bearing this truth. You ultimately forsaken the Lord, man. All right, and you are going to be ashamed in that day. All right, that's fastly approaching, man. And ultimately, the Lord is ultimately our hope, man. Going into the topic of this lesson. So you're supposed to have hope in glory. If you glory and have hope in anything, you're supposed to have hope in this, the truth, and those men who's bearing this truth and don't despise it. But hey, that's what's written, man. 2/3 of our people ultimately gonna despise it, man.
John chapter 7 and verse 38. And it says, he that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of the living water. Basically you gotta believe on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because that's the living waters we're out here teaching.
This is Revelations 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his work shall be. And Yahweh Shema Shai, he's coming with that right hand reward and that left hand reward. And you better make yourself prepared, because it ain't no doubt. He coming. Yahweh Shema Shai is coming, and that day is going to be good, well done, my faithful servant, and there's going to be second death, burn. You know what I mean?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8. I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, now when I considered these things in myself and pondered them in my heart, how that to be allied unto wisdom is immortality, and great pleasure it is to have her friendship, and in the works of her hands are infinite riches. And in the exercise of conference with her prudence, and in talking with her a good report. I went about seeking how to take her to me. All right, so to be allied unto wisdom is immortality, man. So with the wisdom of the with the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, and you obtain a good gift, all right? Because with the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, it teaches you to do the things that are pleasing to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. As example, as you see right now, man, getting out here presenting your body as a living sacrifice, being many back to the marriage, feeding the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua sheep, it's a reward for that, man. And that reward is immortality, man. As one of the brothers brought out earlier, man. All right, hey, we shall be changed in the twinkling of an eye, man. And how is that going to be? How is that going to happen? By us doing the things that are pleasing to the Lord, as you see, all right, enduring to the end, man. Fighting the good fight of faith, standing boldly for the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for His name, man. All right. So with that being said, hey, we're going to receive that gift of immortality by obtaining to wisdom, man.
Going off the brother precept, a good report. This is Daniel chapter 1, verse 19. And the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king, and in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. And Daniel continued even until the first year of King Cyrus. So that's a good report on anyone who follows in the wisdom, knowledge, truth, and understanding of Yahweh and His Son Yahushua. All right, that's a good report. That's a good name to have when you connect yourself to Yahweh while Yahushua.
Right.
It's Proverbs 8 and 17. It says, I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. Basically, just follow the Lord. Everything with the Lord.
Yeah.
And this is the time you're supposed to be seeking the Lord, man.
Yep.
Don't wait till it's too late when he seal that way of truth off and you can't get in the doorway because the door's closed, just like how he had to seal it off in the ark with Noah. And everybody trying to be beating on the side trying to get in. You ain't gonna be able to get in there.
Like the 10 virgins, 5 were wise and 5 was foolish. Nigga, don't be like the 5 foolish virgins who didn't trim their lamps, who didn't, like the bishop said, who didn't come to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua while there was time.
Okay.
Because the later you wait, the worse it's gonna be. That's why the Lord says, do it now, while you can find Him, while you can seek Him, because He can still be found right now. But there is going to be a day where He is not going to be found.
Who say you're gonna live forever? When you gonna die?
Hey, Con, that's why one of the brothers brought out earlier, make no turn to turn to the Lord, man, because you don't know when your end of this race is going to be, man. So that's why you got to seek the Lord, once again, like the bishop said, while He may be found, man. It's because, hey, your end of the race could be tomorrow, man. You know, hey, so you want to know who your Lord and Savior is before you end that, before that race is ended, man.
Now, what's up? You got one?
I got one. 1 Thessalonians chapter 21 and 22. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. 22. Abstain from all appearances of evil. You know, we have a great opportunity of hearing the truth today. It's not, you can't be taking your time when you want to, repent and just take it for granted. You know, this is what, 2024. The second round, that's it. It's not turning back to what you really think. It's going to get worse before Yahweh comes back. He's coming back with a wrath. And He's only coming back for 144,000 chosen elect and 1/3. That's it.
Word. Opportunity. This is the opportune moment to turn back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, whether and stay connected to the Lord. You know, if this is your first time hearing it, hey, hold on to it. If this is something that's being reiterated into you, hey, get back up and keep running, man.
What's the scripture say? In that time of leisure, shall you study, roughly paraphrasing. Well, now that we have that we have a lot of leisure time. If you're not at work, you at the house, instead of watching a movie or some whatever, go ahead and watch a lesson. If you ain't watching a lesson, read. If you're not reading, praying.
Cough over here. No, I'm saying cough away from the camera.
Okay.
You should be able to do something for the Lord every day. Don't see no excuse. You give all your energy to this world, you don't get a whole 100% word of judgment.
Right. That's why it's better to simplify your life. Lamar had a point.
All right, this is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 14. And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. All right, so it says, and above all these things, put on charity. And that charity is doing the work, the will of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, preaching, prophesying, studying, and the self-work too, the self-examination, the self-correction. And it says, which is the bond of perfectness. And when you go into that word bond right there, it says the unifying principle. So the unifying principle in seeking perfection is doing the will doing the will of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, striving to be perfect in your faith, in your walk in this truth. And that was it.
Okay.
Precept, sir. I ain't. It was. And which one remembers Lot's wife? I had that earlier.
This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 26. It said, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Basically, you got people out here that's laughing at us because we're doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Chapter 10, verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. So if you're not trusting in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, go cry to that money, them false prophets that you know lying by that point in time. Go cry to anybody else. The Lord out here speaking right now. But the 2/3 of our people they don't have the eyes to see, the ears to hear. They're not looking for prophecy. They're not in his spirit. So by the time they ready for it, because it's finally relevant to them, it's gonna be too late. That door gonna be closed. And that's what Jake like to do. They like to show up to the party late. They want to wait till the bus down the street to try to run behind it, but it's always too late. So seek the Lord while it may be found.
This is St. Luke chapter 17 verse 32. Remember Lot's wife. So much that. So all the atrocity, all the wicked acts that, of course, 2/3 of people committing every day. You only got so much time to call on the Lord while you may be found. And of course, remember Lot's wife. Don't be like the peerless salt.
Don't look back.
Yep.
This is Psalms 91, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. It said, "Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone." So, because we have made Yahweh Hashem Yahushua our refuge, when the things to come, these evil perils and all these happenings, they're not going to come near us. We won't be affected like everybody else will be affected. And in that time, when there's time to be protected, the Lord is going to give his angels charge over us. So his angels are not going to allow anything to happen to us as well. And they're going to bear us up. And there's going to be a time when we go up into the chariot, it's going to bear us up. We're going to go up into the chariots, so that we will not be hurt. Because when it comes down to it, if you go further up, we're only going to see the destruction of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? It says, come up here, just roughly paraphrasing, Lord, come up here until the indignation be soon overpassed. So the Lord ain't going to let us be down here getting jammed up and bust up with 2/3 of our people and those who decided they ain't going to listen. So the Lord finding him now, this is how you get this. This is how you get this protection. Being buried up and the angels having charge over you, and not having evil come near your habitation or your dwelling.
All right, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 4, in verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of Yahweh, and the dead and Hamashiach shall rise first. So when Yahweh Shai shows up, he's going to have the holy angels with him, all 4 of them. And plus, you know what I'm saying, all the other angels that he has. You know, he's going to show up with a legion of angels. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, the ones that died in Yahweh Shai Mashiach shall be risen first. All right, verse 17. Then we which are alive and remaineth shall be caught up together with them. So he's going to call the ones that remain, you know what I'm saying, he's going to bring them up with the ones that died first up in those chariots, those clouds. No, okay, I barely can see.
You need some light,
yeah, come on. Okay, he's caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. And from that point forward, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be able to transition and we're going to be able to be with the Lord. All right, wherefore comfort one another with these words. So this is the comforter right here, these words. You know, that's why we shouldn't add to them. You know what I'm saying, or make our own doctrine, because this is what's going to comfort us, and this is the remedy to the sickness to our people. That's it.
All right, we're going to end it with that. Hopefully you're edified, man. We ain't really getting to the lesson topic, you know, but a lot was shown today, you know, a lot we needed to see here, you know. With that, we're going to say, we're going to end it, you know. We're going to give honor to our elders, but first we're going to give glory to the Most High and His Son, in the ancient Hebrew. All right? We're going to say, Call. Allah. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Ba'ashem. Ha. Rakah. Kodash. Ma. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. And shalom to you, Akim, meaning brothers, and Akwatium, meaning sisters, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the 4 corners of the earth, man. All right, that is what it is. So, straight up. Shalom. That one say shalom. Shalom.